heavy door of Jabba's palace hissed open, revealing a figure cloaked in black, silhouetted against the twin suns. He walked with a deliberate, unhurried pace, a stark contrast to the frantic energy that usually permeated the Outer Rim. This wasn't the impetuous farm boy who had raced off to save a princess, nor the eager Padawan who had defied his master's warnings. This was Luke Skywalker, and something profound had shifted within him. He moved through the squalor and clamor of the palace's antechamber, not with aggression, but with an understated authority that quieted the room. When Bib Fortuna, Jabba's slimy major domo, attempted to turn him away, Luke's voice was calm, almost a murmur, yet it resonated with an unwavering certainty. "You will take me to Jabba now." There was no struggle, no outburst, just a subtle wave of his hand, a whisper of the Force, and Fortuna, against his will, obeyed. This quiet confidence, this serene assurance, was the new bedrock of Luke's character in Return of the Jedi. It was the product of harsh lessons, profound loss, and a deep, often painful self-discovery. He hadn't just grown older, he had grown inward, finding a center of gravity that made him formidable in a way pure power never could. Inside Jabba's throne room, facing the grotesque crime lord, Luke's composure remained unbroken. He didn't plead, he didn't threaten. He offered Jabba one last chance, his voice measured, almost regretful, but firm. When Jabba scoffed and condemned him to the Rancor pit, Luke's face remained impassive. There was no fear, no despair. He knew this was part of the journey, part of the plan that only he, perhaps, truly understood. His calm wasn't a mask. It was a reflection of the inner peace he had cultivated, a testament to his acceptance of his own destiny. Even suspended over the Sarlacc pit, surrounded by Jabba's mocking minions, Luke exuded an almost eerie tranquility. He wasn't relying on brute strength, but on a strategic patience, a knowing stillness that allowed him to see the path forward when all seemed lost. His mastery of the Force had matured beyond mere telekinesis. It was now a deep connection to the living Force, guiding his actions with clarity and purpose. It was this inner calm that allowed him to retrieve his lightsaber, activated it in midair, and orchestrate the daring rescue that followed, transforming a desperate execution into a triumphant escape. This transformation wasn't sudden. It was forged in the swamps of Dagobah, under the tutelage of Master Yoda, where Luke confronted his own impatience and the tantalizing lure of the dark side. He learned that true strength wasn't about flashy lightsaber duels or overwhelming power, but about self-control, empathy, and an unshakable belief in the light within himself and others. When Yoda told him he was now a Jedi, it wasn't a graduation ceremony, but an acknowledgement of a profound internal shift, an acceptance of who he was meant to be. This newfound serenity allowed him to approach his ultimate challenge, confronting Darth Vader and the Emperor, not with arrogance or a thirst for vengeance, but with a steadfast resolve born of love and a quiet, almost spiritual conviction. When he surrendered himself to Vader on Endor, it wasn't a capitulation, but a strategic move, a calculated risk based on his unyielding faith in the lingering good within his father. He walked into the belly of the beast, not as a warrior spoiling for a fight, but as a Jedi bringing peace. In the throne room of the second Death Star, Luke faced the Emperor, the embodiment of galactic evil. The Emperor sought to break him, to goad him into anger, to turn him to the dark side. He revealed the suffering of his friends, he tortured Luke with Force lightning, he mocked his pleas. And yet, Luke's resolve, though tested, held firm. He didn't meet the Emperor's grandiosity with his own. He met it with quiet defiance, with a refusal to be swayed from his path. His words to the Emperor, "I am a Jedi, like my father before me," weren't shouted in defiance, but spoken with a deep, resonant truth that came from the very core of his being. The ultimate display of his inner peace came when he threw down his lightsaber, refusing to strike down the Emperor, refusing to succumb to the hate that had consumed his father. This was not weakness, it was the ultimate act of strength, an expression of a profound inner peace that transcended the battle and the power struggle. It was this steadfast, unwavering presence, this commitment to the light even in the face of annihilation, that ultimately reached Anakin Skywalker, igniting the spark of redemption that had long been dormant. Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi is no longer a boy trying to be a hero. He is a Jedi Master, and he knows it. His greatest strength is not his lightsaber, nor his force powers, but his calm, centered presence, his acceptance of his destiny, and his profound inner peace. It is this quiet confidence that allows him to face the galactic's greatest threats, not with a roar, but with a whisper that echoes through the Force, changing everything. His journey reminds us that true power often lies not in outward displays, but in the cultivation of an inner stillness, a balance that allows us to navigate chaos with clarity and compassion. It's a powerful lesson, beautifully embodied in the transformation of a farm boy into a legend. What aspects of Luke's quiet confidence in Return of the Jedi resonate most with you? Have you ever found that your own greatest strengths emerged from a sense of inner peace or quiet resolve? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and may the Force be with you.